The components of the solar system and their importance. The solar system is made up of several components. The main ones are the Sun, planets, satellites, asteroids, meteors, comets, and interplanetary dust and gases. The Sun is the main source of energy, which is called solar energy. The energy from the Sun generates heat and light that are essential for living organisms. It is also responsible for the Earth's weather and climatic conditions. Meteors are small solid objects from outer space. They are seen as bright light crossing the sky at night at a high speed. At times, they fall to the Earth's surface and become meteorites which attract tourists. Examples include the Mbozi Meteorite in Songwe region in Tanzania and the Great Meteorite in Arizona, United States of America, USA. The Earth is the only planet known to support life. It has the necessary requirements such as water and air for animals and plants to survive. The Moon is a natural satellite which reflects the Sun's light to the Earth during the night. The Moon's gravitational pull affects life on Earth by creating tides in the oceans. Asteroids are the source of meteorites, and therefore a source of surface deposits of metals such as iron and nickel. The Sun. The Sun is at the center of our solar system. It looks bigger because it is closer to the Earth than other stars. The Sun is larger than the Earth. Its diameter is about 1.4 million kilometers and its mass is about 330,000 times greater than that of the Earth. The Sun is composed of about 75% hydrogen and 23% helium. The remaining 2% consists of carbon, oxygen, silicon, iron and other chemical elements. The Sun is so hot that nearly all the molecules are broken into their separate atoms and all are mixed into a single hot gas. Its average surface temperature is about 6,000 degrees Celsius. 6,000 degrees Celsius. It is hotter in the interior where its temperature is about 14,000 degrees Celsius. 14,000 degrees Celsius. The Sun is the main source of all light and heat that the planets receive. The solar energy. Solar energy refers to the radiant light and heat from the Sun. The Sun is the main source of energy on the Earth. Sun rays transfer energy from the Sun to the Earth's surface through a process called radiation. This energy can be harnessed using technologies such as solar heating, thermal energy and photovoltaics, conversion of light into electricity. Uses of solar energy. Solar energy is used in the following ways. 1. Drying clothes, grains, fruits and meal. 2. It is the source of heat and light which are essential for seed germination. 3. Plants use energy from the Sun to manufacture their own food through the process known as photosynthesis. In this process, green plants and certain other organisms convert light energy into chemical energy that can later be released to provide energy for the organism's activities. 4. Human bodies absorb solar energy and convert it into vitamin D, which is useful for human health. 5. Solar energy is important in the formation of rainfall. It evaporates water from water bodies which rises, cools and condenses to form clouds, and eventually rainfall. 6. Solar energy is an alternative source of energy to fossil fuels that are harmful to the environment. It is also an alternative to hydroelectric power, HEP, that is not reliable and requires a lot of money to produce. 7. Solar energy can be used for domestic and industrial purposes. In Tanzania, solar energy is increasingly being used as a source of electricity, particularly in areas with no access to other sources of energy. In the United States of America, USA, China and Japan, solar energy is used for cooking, lighting and heating. For example, solar ovens and solar cookers are used for heating and cooking. Solar energy and environmental conservation. The majority of people in Tanzania depend on firewood and charcoal as their main sources of energy for domestic use. These sources are widely used because they are readily available and affordable to many people. However, their continued use contributes to the degradation of the environment through air pollution and deforestation. Solar energy is more environmentally friendly than charcoal and firewood because it does not pollute the environment or contribute to deforestation. The use of solar energy minimizes the use of fossil fuels such as coal, petroleum, diesel and kerosene, thus reducing environmental pollution via, for example, the emission of greenhouse gases from burning fuel. Consequently, the use of solar energy minimizes the impact of climate change in the long term. Solar energy is renewable because it can be used several times without being exhausted compared to firewood and charcoal, which become depleted with use. Furthermore, Tanzania is located within the tropics where solar energy can be harnessed easily and is readily available throughout the year. Increased use of solar energy instead of fossil fuels, charcoal and firewood will increase the availability of clean air and water, food, fertile soils, medicines and recreational services from the environment. The situation will also help in pollination, honey production, and pest and disease control. The use of solar energy, therefore, contributes to conservation as it reduces environmental degradation. Contribution of solar energy to the emancipation of women. In Tanzania, especially in rural areas, the main source of fuel is firewood. Fetching firewood is mainly carried out by women and girls. They usually fetch the firewood far from home, which is a tedious task. The use of solar energy for domestic purposes contributes to women's emancipation. Women emancipation is a process that frees women from social, political, economic, and technological limitations. The use of solar energy contributes to women's emancipation in the following ways. 1. It reduces the time spent on fetching firewood. This means that women would have more time to take part in other activities. In addition, young girls will get time for study. 2. It reduces health risks associated with the use of fuel wood. Fuel wood emits smoke during cooking, which may cause problems in their respiratory system. 3. It reduces the risk of being attacked by wild animals while collecting firewood in forests. 4. It reduces the financial burden of the ever-increasing oil prices. For example, women and girls can save money intended for kerosene to buy other essential household items. 5. It reduces the risk of violence against women such as sexual harassment associated with walking over long distances to collect firewood. Exercise 2.2. Using recommended sources. For example, books. Find out why people need solar energy. B. Discuss 6 advantages of using solar energy.